Welcome back. So as I suggested in the last video, this video is going to be about blockages, how to overcome them, how to just get rid of them in your mediumship, in fact in your everyday. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Now, I have heard it in a million different ways with blockages, their energy, their information during communication, curses. I mean, the list is endless. I mean, whatever ones you've heard of, I'll be interested in hearing. So get them in the comments, because that engagement obviously helps the channel. But I'm also interested in the blockages that you think you've had or you've got or whatever. But over the course of the video, hopefully we help you through that mindset. I think the one I remember the most, and I think I've shared here on the channel before, was my trip to Brazil, when I met a young man who had been cursed by like a Romany gypsy we would know here in the UK, but actually it was to do with voodoo or black magic in Brazil. Long story short, I told him I could remove said curse. I'd done some spiritual healing, but I didn't tell him it was spiritual healing. And within 48 hours, his life had started to turn around. This man was losing his business, relationship, and he was told he would lose his voice. And he could barely speak when I spoke to him. 48 hours later, his voice was coming back to normal, because I had convinced him through the power of spiritual healing that curse had been removed. And then what do you know, he regained his voice and got about life, and that is the very, very short version. And what I'm trying to highlight here is that the mindset is everything, especially within mediumship, if that's the journey that you're trying to take. This poor man had been told so on and so forth, and he started to implement it. And I've been unfortunate enough, I suppose, along my journey as a medium and as a teacher of mediumship, to come across students where teachers and tutors have told them, you will never be a medium, you'll never be a good medium. And this is from a very prestigious venue, and the tutors are telling students things like that. Now imagine that power of that going into the mindset of said student, coming from someone of a said caliber. Them words are going to carry a tremendous amount of power, and 2 or 3 years down the line, they just want to walk away, they want to give up, they can't do it because so-and-so said they'll never do it anyway. And so what I'm trying to get across in this video is that it's all in the mind. There is no such thing as a blockage. Now, of course, it'll all depend on which way that you found your pathway to mediumship. That could be various different ways. I know people that have gone through like a Reiki program first, or a yoga, leading on to a Reiki, leading on to a healing, leading on to, the variations, the variables here on how you found mediumship is very, very different. So your foundation, your understanding of the spirit world is going to be that of the foundation that you have created. Again, I'm interested in how you found mediumship. Pop that in the comments as well. So I fully understand the students that are coming into the classrooms where they may have had like a Kundalini background or something along those lines. The variables, as I said previously, are going to be very, very different. So I just need to give you examples. And so from the Kundalini kind of practice, everything's about the chakra, and because you're not ebbing and flowing in harmony, this is going to cause a blockage. And then you bring that philosophy into mediumship, and when something's going wrong, you're going to immediately blame it on said blockage. Now, I done a video yesterday, so posted a couple of days ago, where it was about blaming the spirit world or blaming things going wrong because of, and the outcome was that it's actually not the spirit world, it's you. The same way with this is, if you fight, we immediately look for a point of blame or an excuse or something like that. It's just human nature. It's something that we do. And so if given in said example like this, communication ain't working or I'm not firing on all cylinders here, it must be because I'm blocked or the energy's not flowing correctly, so on and so forth. And the point of the channel is to get this mindset of yours in the correct place. The mind is so powerful. It's everything for mediumship. If you're trying to learn communication with the spirit world, the mind, the power over it is everything. If at any point it looks like it's going to fail or it's going to go wrong, your ego will step in and try to find a reason why it went wrong, like pass the blame immediately. But if you understand that and your foundation is built upon this kind of philosophy, like a no-nonsense approach, I'm living, I'm breathing, and my mind is active, then mediumship is in your control, it's in your possession, and it will work either way. Now, I'm not saying that they're all going to work 100% flawlessly, but what I'm trying to give you is this setup that allows you to move your mind past a negative attribute, something that may not be flowing as freely as you want it to, but you are now in a position where this isn't working so well, let's adjust the variables and make the best of this situation. Which I think all of us want that, don't we? I have students always come into the workshops and they'll make a statement like, you know, oh, I can't get the relationship because I'm pushing them for it, you know, like, who is it, what are they talking about? Oh, I'm not very good at relationships. And then I kind of force the issue, you know, like, well, what does it feel like? And I try and talk them through the process. A very simple technique, obviously. And what I'm doing is I'm forcing them to be uncomfortable. I'm forcing them to maybe get this wrong. I'm forcing them to maybe look an idiot in front of people. And I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm forcing it because their ego's in play. Their ego doesn't want to be wrong and they don't want to take the chance and they don't want to look like the idiot. I force them and then now they'll get their statement and they'll say their statement and the statement will be correct. And I'll be like, wow, there you go. You've just literally told me you can't do it. And here you are doing it. The next link, the next workshop, they're very free with their information. They're getting the relationship very, very comfortably. And before you know it, this issue of I can't get a relationship, I can't get a name, I don't hear them, has now vanished from their mediumship because I've walked them through a process that doesn't allow that in their mediumship, and now they don't allow it. Their mind is now stronger, their foundation is now set slightly differently, and now they're getting the results. So, I mean, this video can go on and on and on with lots and lots of different variations. I'm sure you can see the variation in your own mediumship if you're looking at your own development. How we hand over this power to someone else, how we don't want to look like we're getting it wrong, we don't want to look like an idiot, we just want to do the best that we can. But it really does come at that uncomfortable level. We have to venture into that no man's land to get the best out of ourselves. So if you are someone that is thinking that you have a blockage or you can't do something, then they're the areas that I would encourage you to go and push yourself at. I mean, you've got to look at it from the other angles, you know, like it's very commercialized now, isn't it? Spiritualism, you know, I can sell you a CD, I can offer a healing or a cleansing in some way for said figure. And like, look at the process of that. I'd knock up a CD with some bells going off in the background, and we've got the sound of the woodland behind me, and I walk you through the process from a very positive angle, telling you that you can do this and you will get it, and this CD is going to cost you £15. And then at the end of the CD, you go and give it a go. Or I offer you a cleansing of some sort, you know, some form of healing or Reiki or whatever term you want there, and it's going to cost you £25. And at the end of it, I tell you that you should be unblocked and you should be able to do all the things that you want to be able to do. And you go out and you try it, and what do you know? You get it. And so I understand why these people are selling these things. You know, they do help people. They do they do make money from them, you know. And it does help you, the consumer, in doing that. Or we can do it in a way where I just highlight it free of charge on the channel. Here it is, you know, you can do it. Why wouldn't you be able to do it? Stop worrying about it. Just crack on and do the best that you can do, and the results are the same. You know, I come under a lot of attack for this. I'm banned from a lot of groups because this is a free teaching of some sort, but I'm doing it for you. I do it for you. I want the best from you. I want the best from the spirit world. I want the voices of the spirit world to be at the best that they can be in this day and age. So that's going to be another video anyway. So I'm going to round this one up here today anyway. Like if you liked it. Don't forget, tell me your story in the comments. Subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you all in the next video.